But we're going to find out the rosters for the Four Nations. And to keep it Oilers-centric, Connor McDavid, lock, he's already been named to the team. Zach Hyman, his slow start to the year. I think there was a point over the summer before the season where it's like, he's a lock. Is he still? Evan Bouchard, before the season, he would have been trending towards a lock. Is he still? And then obviously goaltending, I don't think Stuart Skinner's in the mix. But how many Oilers do you think we see on this roster?
You see McDavid. I still think you see Hyman. I do. The one thing we're seeing out of Canada is pairs, whether it's on the blue line or whether it's up front as well. So I still do think that we see Zach Hyman on this team. I don't know about Evan Bouchard. The one thing that I wonder about the Team Canada blue line is, how many power play quarterbacks can one team have? Yeah. I mean, you can really make the argument that every Canadian power play, Cale Makar should just play the full 2 minutes. I wonder, and this will probably, this could cost Evan Bouchard a spot here, if they just bring in some defenseman whose sole responsibility is to defend. Because what's the point of having, 6 guys that are going to be out that could be out there on PP1 when really Cale Makar can handle all of it. So I think that would probably cost Evan Bouchard a spot. So if we're picking numbers, I'm saying 2 Oilers: Zach Hyman, Connor McDavid.
Yeah, Larkin put together his list over at DFO AB. I think you got it here if you want to flash it up. I could see Evan Bouchard losing a spot to, Uyghur ends up in the top 6. And maybe they still do name Drew. Like, again, if Drew Doughty, if you want to name him, then he's not healthy come the time of the tournament, you can replace him. But I feel like if I'm picking a 7, Drew Doughty's a good guy. He's seen just about everything he could in his hockey career. If you needed to in a pinch, be like, hey, you're playing. The moment's not going to be too big for him.
I wonder about Shea Theodore here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's one of the names that jumps out at me that I look at and say, hold on a second here. I wonder about Shea Theodore.
Yeah.
But what's the deal with these goalies? Like, obviously, like, the conversation is like they all suck, which is fair. But like, how are Jordan Binnington and Aiden Hale? This numbers are getting a lot better from where they were. But like, how are they so solid in this conversation?
The conversation about Canadian goaltender is a long one, and I know that your show doesn't have that much time left in it, but I have my own personal theory, and it involves hockey parents and it involves Hockey Canada. But I'll pause you on that one. I'll tell you what, I say this kind of tongue-in-cheek, but Josh Raffensperger from Prince George, who will probably be the first goaltender selected the draft this year, total stud goalie. I say it tongue-in-cheek, but part of me kind of wonders about it. Like, can he play for the Four Nations, or does he have to play for Prince George the remainder of the season? He looks fantastic. He may even just snuggle into the top 10 of the draft. That's how good this guy is. Listen, I thought that Frank Saravalli made a great point the other day when he talked about Logan Thompson. When you look at Jordan Binnington, it's a sub 900. When you look at Aiden Hale, it's a sub 900. And I don't think it's totally the product of a much more defensively responsible Washington Capitals. But there's no denying that Logan Thompson has been exceptional this year for the Washington Capitals. To me, he's got to be a big part of this conversation. I think that, again, like, we'll see. Canadian goaltending, as we all know, by and large, has completely fallen down. Conversation and a long one for another show. But if I'm picking right now, and if I'm starting a goaltender right now today based on who's the hottest, I'll take Logan Thompson and his .915 save percentage. Thank you.
And track record wise, last 3 seasons, Canadian goalies, minimum 50 games. Logan Thompson's in the top 3 for save percentage.
And you know what? Just really quick, do you not get the sense that, considering how quick a tournament this is, regardless of how much we focus on, okay, who's going to play D, who's going to anchor the power plays, how many forwards, how many pairs, do you not think that whoever's goaltender is the hottest is just going to win this thing?
Which is probably what I think Sweden and Finland are holding on to, is like, hey, if Saros or whoever gets hot, we're good.
It's just so strange to me. I understand Blackwood, Hill and Binnington have both won Stanley Cups and have that experience in like that short amount of time of playing really, really well.
But like also,
but that shouldn't matter right now because they're not playing well, and you wouldn't take a forward who has 3 goals in Zach Hyman because he has 3 goals and he's not playing well. If you're not stopping pucks, you're not really helping either. But also too. They should be able to outscore their problems anyway.
There's 2 more months of hockey from when we name it to when the tournament is. Like, who's playing right now is not going to be who's playing in February.
No, Tyler, we're Canadians. We need to have anxiety about hockey at all times. This is our default setting. It is the only feeling we know. We can't feel joy. We can feel anger, but we really can't feel joy. What we're really comfortable feeling is anxiety. That is the constant state that we're in as Canadian hockey fans.
What's up, Nation citizens? If you like that video, then you need to be subscribed to the Oilers Nation YouTube. Podcasts, live shows, exclusive interviews, and analysis. Everything you need from your favorite voices at Oilers Nation. And you don't want to miss any of it, so hammer that subscribe button.